Hey guys, Octane Restorations here, back with the Yamaha RD60 restoration. So today we got all of our body pieces that we're going to be sanding down and painting, minus the tank. The tank's going to be a separate video. So right now we're just getting these ready for primer. So sanding those with 600 grit. And all of these have been sanded with 600 grit. Then we're wiping them with isopropyl alcohol to get all the grease and everything off so that the primer fully adheres. Since I'm planning on replacing the seat, I'm just leaving the seat on so I don't have to tape anything else off. Just being lazy at this point. But again, I'm using the same automotive primer. I've had very good luck with this. It's Rust-Oleum automotive primer. It's sandable. If you just follow the directions on the can, it lays really well and sands easy and leaves a nice coat for the paint to adhere to. So I'm just sanding all these, getting ready for the paint. So this is my third time doing a paint job with the Rust-Oleum glossy protective enamel that comes in the spray can like I just showed you there, and I'll vouch for this stuff. It's been awesome, you know. Again, all of my stuff I clear coat with 2K clear coat, which is a 2-part clear coat that comes in a spray can that has a catalyst in it, so it chemically hardens. So if you spill gasoline on it, it won't dissolve it. Like if you don't use a 2K clear coat, if you just use like an enamel clear coat that you get from O'Reilly's, if you spill gasoline on any of the paint, it'll start taking it off. So very important for the motorcycle tank. The first time I painted a tank, I made that mistake of not using a 2K clear coat, and the first time I went to go fill up the motorcycle, I got a few drops on the tank and it just completely bubbled up and took it down to the bare metal. And that was pretty devastating. But as you can see right there, this paint lays on very glossy, and it's a good paint. But so the clear coat, you know, if you have a spray gun, you can do your own mixing of, you can mix your own clear coat with hardener, which I'd recommend, because the 2K clear coat is pretty expensive. It's around 20-30 bucks a can, and you might need 2 or 3 cans for a project, but it's worth it. You know, you can, if you spill gas on the tank or on any of these pieces after using the 2K clear coat, you know, it's not going to hurt them just because it has that chemically hardened clear coat with the catalyst in it. So that's my big takeaway from this, that, and I used it on this project. It was 2 projects ago where I learned that you have to use especially for motorcycles, you have to use a clear coat with a chemical hardener in it, just because, you know, you filling up the gas tank and gas is always spilling a little bit on the tank, and so. So again, follow the same principle. The first coat's light coat, and then follow it up with, 2 to 5 medium coats. I always go for more of the higher end, just so that way you have more paint to work with if you ever do have to sand it down. Like, even if it's just minor imperfections in the paint. I mean, you can see here for painting outside, I mean, it's super glossy, and it really did turn out amazing, which I did take my time and I did the paint prep right, which is the biggest part of it, is making sure that you have a good surface for the paint to lay on. So right here, I'm going ahead and I'm putting on all the decals. Again, I'm spraying the surface this time with soapy water, so that way if the vinyl's not correctly aligned, I still have time to move it, and then you just squeegee it out and it adheres perfect. And I did all this on the red paint, and then I'm following this up with the clear coat after. But you see, with the soapy water, if it's not exactly straight, I can move it. But I had to order all these decals. I got it in a set for like, I want to say around $280, $300 for all these decals that were custom made for this exact motorcycle. So normally you're supposed to lay the clear coat on paint within an hour, I believe. This is that 2K clear coat I was talking about with the catalyst in it. But since I had to put the decals on it, I had to wait the full 2 weeks for the paint to cure before I could put the decals on, and then once the decals on, then I could actually clear coat it. And you can see how glossy this clear coat is. And again, I'm the same way. I like having thicker layers of clear coat, just so that, with polishing and everything in the future, I have more wiggle room to work with. So again, the first coat's just a light coat, and I believe these were 10 minutes apart on the coats. Just follow the instructions on the back of the can for the best results. They do the tests and everything for it, so they know what'll be best for the paint. But yeah, so I'm just using that 2K clear coat, getting a good layer of adhesion on everything right now. Using that thinner first layer and then following it up with 2 to 5 medium layers. So if you look on the bottom of the can that I'm using right now, you see how it has that it looks almost kind of like a spout. Well, on that, there's a button that you press in. The catalyst is actually contained inside the can, but there's a button that you mash, and it mixes the catalyst inside the can. So this is super convenient and super easy if you don't have a spray gun or anything. Super easy to get a really good clear coat, really glossy clear coat. And they also have satin finishes. But yeah, it's all just mixed inside the can. You don't have to do any mixing yourself. Again, just applying more even clear coat layers. And this part speed up a little bit. I'm not going to show all of them on camera because it's just the same, waiting 10 minutes, I believe, and then just, add more clear coat. And the reason I do medium layers instead of heavy layers is there's less chance of it running. Luckily, I didn't have that problem with any of these. I was able just to have nice medium layers without any running. But all in all, the paint turned out awesome. Even 2 years later, the paint still looks great on. It's still glossy. Haven't had any problems at all with the clear coat or anything. It's all been awesome. So I'd really recommend this Rust-Oleum, the glossy protective enamel with the 2K clear coat. That's what I've used, and that's what I'll use for all of my builds in the future. If I'm doing a rattle can build, once I have a painting booth, I'll probably go to the traditional can. But until then, the traditional spray gun with a big air compressor, but until then, you know, these rattle cans, they do work great. So I just put all that time and effort into getting these pieces looking good. So I'm trying to protect that investment with a ceramic coating. So this is G Technique, which is a really good ceramic coating. One of my buddies is a professional detailer, owns a shop, and that's what he recommends, so it's good enough for me. I gave the paint 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, to let it fully cure before applying the ceramic coating. Then I cleaned the surface with isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and then applied the ceramic coating per the manufacturer's recommendations. So that's it for this video. Catch us next episode where we're actually going to be going through the whole process of doing the tank with rattle cans. So thanks for watching.